For centuries, humanity stared at the stars, dreaming of what waited beyond. When first contact came, it wasn't in the form of warships or benevolent mentors, it was an invitation. The Galactic Conclave, a coalition of hundreds of species, formally recognized humanity. Their sole request was cryptic. Share with us the pinnacle of your culture. Naturally, governments scrambled. Debates raged. Weaponry? Philosophy? Mathematics? Art? In the end, humanity chose music. Dr. Lila Hayes, cultural historian and ambassador, was selected to represent Earth. She boarded the diplomatic cruiser Harmony's Reach, carrying with her the curated sounds of an entire planet. Part 2, First Contact Performance. The conclave chamber was colossal, a sphere of shimmering light, suspended in orbit around a blue giant. Representatives floated or perched or hovered. So many eyes, hundreds, thousands, focused on her. Lila connected her device to the conclave's audio system and hesitated. If they didn't understand, if this failed, humanity's first impression could be irreparably damaged. She selected Simple Gifts, a folk melody, and pressed play. The soft tones filled the chamber, delicate and haunting. The vibrations shimmered across the air. When the final note faded, silence reigned. Then came the first whisper from the elder of the conclave. "You manufacture emotions?" Part 3, The Reaction. It wasn't just fascination. It was shock. To these advanced species, sound was for function, alerts, commands, mating signals. Not this. "How do you control it?" an insectoid delegate asked. "We don't," Lila replied. "We share it." The requests followed immediately. They wanted examples. Genres. Histories. The why and how. Jazz, blues, orchestral, chants, rock, hip-hop. They devoured it all. And then someone found metal. Part 4, The Metal Incident. A human military patrol ship, unaware of the conclave's cultural exchange, broadcast its internal playlist while docked. Death growls, distortion, thundering drums. 3 species filed formal complaints, claiming auditory distress. One ambassador suffered what could only be described as a spiritual awakening, joining a cult that worshipped the riff. Lila apologized profusely. That, she explained delicately, was an advanced form. Part 5, Contagion. Despite the hiccup, music spread like wildfire. Some species attempted replication. A crystalline race discovered they could resonate in chords. Amphibians with elastic vocal sacs created basso harmonies deeper than human machinery could register. Others felt threatened. "This is disruptive," warned the elder. "Our cultures are changing." They were. Centuries of rigid tradition melted under the onslaught of rhythm and melody. The humans merely smiled. Part 6, First Harmonic Conflict. Pirates attacked a diplomatic convoy. A human frigate, vastly outgunned, responded not with weapons, but with a broadcast. An aria of such sorrow and beauty filled the enemy's comms. Mid-assault, the pirate leader wept, ordered a retreat, and later surrendered, citing an existential crisis. The conclave met in emergency session. "Is this a weapon?" "No," Lila said softly. "It's just who we are." Part 7, Resistance. Not all accepted the change. Several empires banned human music, declaring it cultural contamination. Smugglers trafficked USB drives like contraband. Secret concerts sprang up in the outer systems. Lila feared humanity might be expelled entirely. Instead, the conclave gave her one chance to defend Earth's influence. "Prove its worth," the elder said. One demonstration. Part 8, The Concert. They built a stage in the very heart of the chamber. Billions tuned in across the galaxy. The set began with classical strings, Bach's cello suite No. 1, smooth and elegant. Then came blues, then jazz, the notes winding like smoke. Finally, the full human choir. No instruments. Just voices. Layered, raw, imperfect, yet transcendent. Species that had never felt longing, or joy, or heartbreak before, finally understood. Part 9, The Shift. The bands lifted overnight. Alien worlds formed bands. Diplomatic talks were now held with live backing tracks. Treaties were signed on the rhythms of shared anthems. Humanity wasn't just part of the galaxy anymore. We were its soundtrack. Part 10, The Last Song. Years later, Lila sat on Earth with the elder of the conclave, overlooking a seaside festival. "Your people," the elder said, listening to the distant melodies, "they brought us chaos. And yet, peace." She smiled. Music fills the spaces where words fail. It's not chaos. It's life. As the crowd below sang together under the stars, the elder finally joined in, a voice rough and unused, but welcome in the harmony. And in that moment, the galaxy truly became one.